Greetings all, and this is video 1 of my birthday week special. Basically what I've decided to do is release one video every day of my holiday. So Monday to Friday you get one video per day from World of Tanks. This is going to be the first one. Right, we've got Celtics 23 from the Limbo clan, driving his M48 Patton. Now, up in 9.2, the baby Patton, or the M46 Patton, it's basically going to be getting a buff, so I'm going to be thoroughly enjoying carrying on grinding up to this really potent Tin 10 medium. Now, people often, say that the Pattons aren't that great, and maybe they're not. I'm not going to get into a stats war with people. I'm not fucking bothered. I like the Pattons. I like the American gun depression. Now, what Celtics is doing, he's basically he's umming and ahhing whether to go into the town with all the heavies or not. So he decides to go to the side of the field. Basically, when I first watched this replay, I watched it about 20 minutes ago, and I just thought to me, what the hell's he doing? He starts off, there's an IS-8 sort of like in the recess there. Now, what people normally do is go to where that Leopard 1 is, try and take the middle road, but that Leopard 1's basically just going to get his ass handed to him. And the guys that have come across the middle, nobody's there to cover him, and he's just going to get taken apart. Now, what I'm starting to learn... Oh, that was a very lucky shot. Bounced off the gun of the 704, so he has to use his repair kit. Now, what I've learned in the past couple of weeks or months of World of Tanks is basically that rushing off and driving ahead and getting your ass handed to you is not a very good recipe for longevity in games. And what Celtic 23 is doing here, he's basically playing a medium tank. People get really confused with medium tanks. Well, I do anyway. I forget I'm not in a freaking heavy. Now, medium tanks don't have the armour of heavies. They usually have quite high DPM guns and generally less armour. So what he's doing now, he's picking his shots. He's got no support over here. What he's got is WZ-120, who's retreating back to the city, and an IS-8. He's basically alone on this flank, and you've really got to be aware of his situation. Now, he bounced a shot from the the other M48 there. Really well done there. That nice angling of the armour. I'm not sure where it hit him. And basically what he's going to do now, he's going to do a medium tank's job. Assist the heavies. Now the IS-8 there, he's not exactly doing a fantastic job against this T-54. But let's not hold it against him. Let's help him out. Yeah, kill him. Let's just set the guy on fire. Fantastic. Now back to our original position. See if we can respot that M48. Now, the first bit of this game is quite boring, I will admit. There's not a lot that goes on, but it's the end game. Particular attention to the artillery. Captain Love in the back chat, 15558. Alright, keep an eye on that guy. Concept in the T-110E5 has basically been killed in town by an IS-7. The position that they have in town, there's lots of heavy tank destroyers. I say heavy, big ass tank destroyers. They've got a massive tank destroyer advantage on the enemy team. And to be honest with you, the tank destroyers, they can tip the balance. They're very potent machines, and to be perfectly honest with you, if you've got more TDs, you have a greater advantage simply because of the amount of damage that these things can do. Now, I assume here that Celtics is thinking about going into town, but thankfully he doesn't. The 120, WZ-120's come back to help him, so he's not technically alone completely. The IS-8's decided to move down the centre road. Now, with map situational awareness, that's probably not a very good idea, because you've still got this pattern here. And then a wild T-30 appears. We've just been flanked by a tank destroyer. Well, we say tank destroyer, it's not a tank destroyer, it's a heavy tank at the end of the day. It used to be, it was the tier 9 heavy tank, and they replaced it with the M103, gave it a bigger gun and called it a tank destroyer. It's basically a heavy tank. It's a T-34 with a bigger gun. But anyway, yeah, he's managed to get around the side of us. Now, he's a big problem. Now, he alters Celtic's ability to move here. He's got to keep that house between him and that T-30 because he does not want to get shot in the arse by a T-30. Spots a 704 and an Object 140. Good shot into there. Just to point out that he is not using skill rounds. That M48 says there's skill round at the bottom damage received bar. 48 Pattons shoot APCR as standard, and they use heat rounds as their golden ammunition. But with 268mm penetration on their standard ammo, they really don't need to do it. Now, that 140 was firing gold. He was firing heat ammunition. You heard the fizzle. You don't need a mod to tell you that was heat ammunition because you heard the fizzle. APCR though, with 168mm penetration. Is it 168mm? Let's just have a double check. Yeah, 168mm penetration and 340 alpha is more than capable of taking out and shooting and penetrating most things that it's going to face. So now we're a bit of a stalemate here. He's outnumbered 4-1 if you think about it. On the flank we've got the Object 704, the Patton, the Object 140 and the T30. He's really limited and he keeps his cool. He hasn't taken any damage yet and the Patton decides to rush him. Donks his shot. He knows the Patton can't shoot him. Turns his back on him and takes out the 140. The 140 heat did go through us that time. Turns around, reloads. Thankfully we got a shot in from the artillery, I believe, and takes out the next Patton. Now the T30 has made it all the way around the flank. Now I think this guy went arty hunting. He missed his first shot. He's got the big gun, which has got a really long reload. And basically what Celtics wants to do here is keep this guy's attention. Now he's in a medium tank, he's going to reload. He gets basically 2-to-1 shots. So he's fired 2 shots, the guy's going to reload any time, but he's put the wall between him and the T30, which is a good idea because the T30 is reluctant to shoot him in the turret. And he waits until he sees his body and he misses. Fantastic. Stevens has basically Celtics basically taken this guy out from near enough full health. Yeah, 1250 damage for nothing in return to one of the most dangerous turreted tank destroyers in the game. Hey ho. Thanks for coming. Yeah, completely outplayed him using medium jinx. Now, he's still loaded his APCR and he's going to hunt this Object 704. Is the Object going to be stupid enough? Oh, yes he is. That guy played a really good game up until then. I don't know what he was trying to do there. I think he was trying to rely on his arm a little bit too much. Now, artillery, being the ninja that he is, has basically realised that the town's lost. Okay, so artillery turns tail and he flees to the other side of the map. Not many artillery do that. What they do instead of doing that is they sit and fucking type bitchiness in the chat, saying how shit their team is and how crap the team is and how it's all your fault. He doesn't. We can still win this. Yeah, we've still got options. Yeah, and if he dies now in the left-hand corner on the 1-2 location where he wants to start with, he's no use to Celtics at all. Celtics just achieved his top gun there. Still got 2/3 health left, and he's basically hunting this Jagdpanther. Now, this Jagdpanther did actually state at the start of the thing, oh my god, cheers for that matchmaking. Fiery awesomeness. Bless him. He's basically going to get schooled now. Fiery awesomeness, yeah, this is not a place you want to be. Unfortunately, he bounced his shot, but he's quite jovial about it. You know, takes his track off, he's basically sat there, and he gives it a lol. GG. Tier 8 in a tier 10 game. Not only that, he's the only tier 8. So, Fiery Awesomeness 2000. Yeah, hats off to you, buddy. You gave it your best shot. Never mind. So, it's 2-on-3. We've got a Death Star, an Object 268, and an IS-8. Death Star's on 4 kills, and they've started to cap. Right, well, we know where everybody is now. We know where at least a couple of them are. We spot the 138, 183, which that thing is actually getting a nerf in patch 9.2, which is very much welcomed. Basically, their heat ammunition is no longer going to be the I win button that it was. It's lowered penetration, so the HESH ammunition, but it still causes damage from splash. But you know, you can't have everything. So there's one of them in the cap circle, so we need to get their lickety split. The artillery's fired twice. Now, the Batchat 58 artillery has 2 shells. Now, the artillery keeps telling Stevens, Celtics this. I don't know why I keep calling him Stevens. Celtics this. And this is good information. Right, Stevens... Oh, fuck's sake. Celtics knows that he's got 2 shells left. So he doesn't want to waste them on the IS-8. And he actually tells him to shoot the 268. Yeah, I can handle the IS-8, bro. You shoot the 268. Yeah, shoot 268. Oh, there's the red arrows going over. Thank you, guys. So he's going to handle the IS-8. Now, unfortunately, he can't see the 268, but he can now, so Batchat's going to shoot him. Hopefully. No, we're going to shoot him. Batchat splashes him, we put a shell in. Now, this is the only criticism I have of this entire replay. He now switches to heat ammunition. The way heat ammunition works, heat ammunition doesn't like angled surfaces, and the Object 268 from the front is very angled. I personally would have stuck to APCR at this stage, but hey ho, such is life. And we're going to get a proper demonstration of why shooting heat at this thing is a bad idea. This game is very close. So, he's pinging on the thing that is 64 seconds to reload. He's telling them to relax, just chill out. Yeah, we'll get it, bro. We're going to get it. 49 seconds. Got time. We can reload. 268 sat out in the open. Just wait for the back chat to reload and he can deal with him. So that's exactly what he's doing. He's just waiting. It's 268. He's a red player. He's got quite a low WN8 rating. So basically we're just going to try and, you know, fuse him. And he's basically then jumped out the cap circle. Thoughts for and against that tactic? I personally would have done this if I was in the 268. You're against a back chat artillery and a Patton, really good players. I would not be sat in the cap circle where they know where I am. So where do you think he is? Well, there's options. He can be at any one of those bushes. I think he's in the big bush behind the cap circle, personally. I don't think he'd have closed the distance because we would have seen him by now. So what we're basically got to do, somehow, we have to spot the guy. So order the artillery to kill him. And he's ready to fire. So, time to work. This is good teamwork from these two, by the way. It's very rare you see this in games. Some bit of side scraping. Patton's not that great at side scraping as far as I'm aware. Just going to have a bit of a look-see. Can't see him. We got spotted though. Yeah, Sixth Sense went off. This is where Sixth Sense is really, really handy in the late game. It's must-have commander skill, guys. When your commander gets 100%, yeah, convert whatever it is you need to get Sixth Sense on your commander. And this is where the back chat makes a hero move. Well, is it a hero move? He basically says, I'm going to give you 9 kills. And he basically charges the cap circle. Thing is, I wasn't too sure why this would be a good idea, because Celtics could take another hit. 268 destroys him. Now. Oh. Heat ammunition bounced on the angled front of the 268, which gives the 268 a chance to reload. And again, bounces. Oh shit bags. And he hits him and penetrates, leaves him on 161 health. Thankfully penetrates the third round. Penetrates the second. And he's got round him. Well, that's Index. That's GG. Awesome game. Right, let's have a look at the post-game stats on that one. And post-game stats. Yay. Mastery badge, not a bad effort. Celtics doesn't use a premium account, even though it was a non-premium game, still earned him 1,586 experience. A Radley Walters medal, high caliber, and Top Gun, and 102,000 credits, with a team score base experience of 1586. Now, this would have been good enough for the replay competition. However, it is a tier 9 vehicle, just shy of 8,000 damage, 9 kills. Yeah, really, really good. Big shout out to the Bat Chat Artillery Police as well, Captain Love. Yeah, really, really good show there. Really, really good show. Didn't make a great deal of profit though. Only made 27,000 credits, basically because he fired those couple of rounds of premium ammunition. The premium ammunition in this thing is not cheap, and it costs a lot to fix the vehicles. It's a tier 10 at the end of the day. Now, the only criticism I had, it wasn't mine. Well, switching to heat was probably not the best idea, but you can flip a coin. You know, the front of a 268 is not exactly known to be that tough, but it is tough. But never mind. So, that's video number 1. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Yeah, tier 10 replay. I can't wait till I get this tank. This and the T-57 Heavy. Oh, shit, yes. Love my American tanks. Alright, guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.